What band are you from, mate? Are you from January's? Are you from Boxer Frogs as well?
Box of trash.
Well, you missed that bit then. But what happened was a chap turned up and he come on. He says, and he gave me the name of the band for next week, and I'm like, oh, well, that's not really good. So anyway, that's wonderful. So it tells it right.
Oh, buddy.
We'll get on with it now. So now we've got the right band on.
Aye.
This is how popular this interview section is. People are coming in before they're supposed to come in. You know what I mean?
That's good.
That's class, man.
So tell us a bit about the band. I tell you what, let's start off with the name, Box of Trash. Where has that come from?
That's me. We were looking for a name, and I had a poster from a vinyl collection I've got from 60s garage rock, and it's called the Trash Box. So I said, why don't we just call ourselves Box of Trash? And then that way, expectations pretty low.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we shouldn't be negative, should we? There's enough negativity in the world. But we used to say that about the show, and I stopped doing it. One of my shows I used to do, we used to sort of slag ourselves off. I was like, hang on a minute, this is a bit too negative because people will take it seriously, won't they?
I suppose you're right. Aye, but that's where the name came from. So it was a poster we had up in our studio.
Nice.
So aye, we were just sitting one night and I seen it and just said, why not?
Exactly. So you're based up in Scotland?
Yeah. Ayrshire.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's nice in the summer, horrible in the winter.
Yeah, but what's that? 2 days in June?
Summer. A day and a half.
Well, I was up in Ben Nevis 2 weeks, not this weekend, on the one before, because my lad did the Three Peaks Challenge in the 24-hour, and I was the nutter that was driving, and he did it in 20 hours and 10 minutes.
Oh, really, man? That's good, man.
Yeah, great. But when I went up, actually, it must have been one of your days of summer, because Ben Nevis, it was crystal clear skies. It was beautiful. I love Scotland. I've only been a couple of times, but I adore it.
The scenery's nice up Ben Nevis way up north. So the scenery is really nice. Sorry.
Yeah, cool. Right. So tell us a bit about the band now. Did you all get together? What's the story behind that?
Can you go like?
Well, Barry and I basically it started off as a side project in 2018. We were both in other bands and we were just wanting to express ourselves in other ways. We had another avenue and we just got together and Box of Trash was born then. It through lockdown and stuff like that, we thought it would kind of fizzle out. But then Barry met Joanne from Third Fire Records. He can talk to you about that, the whole story behind that. But then it became serious when he wanted to record Box of Trash. So this is where we are now. So it's some journey.
It was like we wanted to experiment with music. Both our bands would probably say was your kind of run-of-the-mill indie band, and we wanted to experiment more with. Lyle was a lyricist, and me as like writing the music, and we wanted to kind of express ourselves differently rather than just the normal kind of stuff that we're doing. Just because it gets boring and stale when you're doing the same thing repeatedly.
Put myself out of the comfort zone as well, man. Because if you would pitch to our old bands, if you pitched the stuff, the ideas that we have for Box of Trash, they would immediately get turned down. Whereas we're going in we're diving in with the ideas and just going with them, and it's
weirder the better.
Aye, exactly.
Yeah, exactly, and that you need to know when to stop or where to. I was watching something today. You need to know what to cut out to be more successful in whatever you're doing. Do you know what I mean? And what is stopping you? So I've got some stuff here. You played at the Tramlines Fringe Festival in Sheffield. Is that correct? This year?
We did. Aye. That was a couple of years ago, I think.
2023.
Oh yeah, July 22. That's right. Sorry about
22. Sorry.
Yeah. Or it says July 22. I don't know if that's July. Anyway, that's what my research says. So anyway, that was. I bet that was interesting coming down to Sheffield, wasn't it?
Oh, aye, that was a good time.
Some night out as well, wasn't
it? Aye. The night out kind of overplayed the gig. The gig wasn't too busy.
Yeah, it's nice. Sheffield's all right. It's
brilliant. Aye.
So it's not a bad place to be.
Definitely be back.
Oh, aye.
I don't blame you. It says supported other bands in Glasgow like Holy Coves.
Yeah, but we're supporting them in a couple of weeks, I think. So we
Yeah,
are.
28th of November at Nice and Sleazy's in Glasgow.
Nice.
28th of November.
We
Nice.
supported the Rev as well up in Edinburgh from Reverend and the Makers. Just an acoustic set. That was
Nice.
pretty good, man.
Edinburgh. I bet Edinburgh was a good night out as well, wasn't it?
Oh, Edinburgh.
Always, always, always.
I love it. I love Edinburgh. I love the architecture. If you're from round there, you probably just get used to it. But the architecture of Edinburgh is stunning. Absolutely stunning.
See Aberdeen. Aberdeen's class for a night out, man, and a gig,
Oh, well,
to be fair.
I'll have to try that next time I'm up. Next time I'll be up, I'll be on my motorbike again because I've done a tour of Scotland. I loved it. Loved it.
Yeah.
So how many's in the band, did you say?
4 of us.
4 of you?
Yeah, there's me and Lyle, there's Jason and Jordan. They're the bassist and the drummer.
Yeah. So did you say how did you all get together? Because you two are from a band and come together. So what was the other two? How did you form them?
No, well, me and Lyle were in separate bands.
Okay.
Me and Jordan, the drummer, we were in our band.
Right.
And the original bassist, Lyle and him were in the other band. So it was like, but then he left, and we got another boy in, Aiden, to play bass, and he ended up having to leave, so we ended up getting Jason in, but he fits straight in. He's just like one of us, and he's absolutely amazing at bass. Him and Jordan clicked straight away, and that's the main thing. See, as long as you're bass and his drummer, they click absolutely perfect.
Yeah, you need that, don't you? There's sort of that's a good thing, isn't it? And the drummers are always a bit wacky as well, aren't they?
Oh, but our bassist is more wackier than the
Well,
drummer.
yeah, I know a few bands and the bass is like that. The drummer, you normally stick the drum at the back because you know what I mean. They're either really ugly or you just don't want them anywhere near the microphone, do you?
Jordan's no bad, but that more applies to Jason, doesn't it?
I'm learning to play the drum, so may come to your own conclusion with that one. Get him at the back. Get him at the back. I'm not good. I'm just about getting there now. Me tutor's just about on par with me now. Oh yeah, I can actually play that bit. Yeah. So it took me about 6 months to just do some basic stuff. Anyway, that's enough of me. Talk about. And let's see if there's any questions. Ian Gallagher from Gallagher's Green says, combo of 2 bands is the usual story. Yeah, it does, because you outgrow what you started off with, and people have different ideas, different perceptions, and when you've got some creative stuff going on and they just want to stick with the old, then it's not going to work, is it?
Nah. That's it. It just becomes stale, and then because Lyle's band and my band at the time, we'd done everything up in Glasgow, and it was kind of. It was like your mates from school and stuff like that. They were all kind of grown up and doing their own thing, so it kind of dwindles down a bit, and then you kind of lose your kind of spark a wee bit, I think, in your first band or what. But some folk don't. We just kind of did, I think, and then that's what, like I said, that's what made us want to try something new and something fresh and kind of push ourselves and experiment a bit more.
Yeah, I don't think there's many people that can set off, especially if you start when you're teenagers and then form a band. There's not many that carry on because people change over years. So yeah, you're right to do that. Manta Ray said, who is their favourite Scottish artist and who would they most like to play with? Play a show with, I should say, not play with.
Scottish art.
Favourite Scottish art, that is probably Paolo Nutini.
Mine's is Travis.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Travis.
Nice. Travis are brilliant. I love Travis. Brilliant.
Who I'd most like to play? If I could get the Stone Roses back together, I'd probably like to support them.
Well, do that because we'd love to see them. Ian Gallagher said, what is his favourite Stone Roses tune? So he's been lucky. He must have been looking at stuff here. He must know. Oh, it's on your T-shirt. That's right. I couldn't see your T-shirt because I've got a camera in front of it, you see. So, you know what I mean? I can see it now. So that's the issue. I thought, bloody hell, he's been doing his research.
Well, my favourite tune's I Am the Resurrection. Easy.
Oh, yeah, I love that. When when I need a little bit of a perk up, I put that on and I can take on the world.
Oh, I've had the kids in the car just blasting it, man, with windows down in the summer. There's nothing better.
Teaching them well, teaching them
Oh,
well.
aye, aye.
We like to play a bit of tightrope, don't we?
Oh,
Eh,
I mean, Lyle, we
aye.
cover tightrope, aye.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
a good wee acoustic one.
I've got more questions popping up here.
Aye, fire away.
Big GPR says, tell us more. Tell us more about your experimental ideas with your music.
Eh, well, it all starts. I've got GarageBand on my phone, an app,
Yeah.
and then I can plug in my phone, and all I do is just mix, like record down maybe a wee kind of 8 bars or something, and then just sit and build it up, build it and build it and build it. And then I'll just mess about with it. And Lyle, what he'll do is he'll just randomly send me a block of lyrics, like something he's just wrote in his head, and then I'll just fit them in. And then we take it down to the boys in the studio. We let them listen to it first, and then we kind of flesh it out from there. So we do.
Nice.
It's not like wild psychedelic stuff like the Beatles or anything like that. It's just kind of it's just the experimental stuff's just us experimenting with different
sounds, different
stuff.
ways,
Like,
and aye.
I was never a big Black Sabbath fan. Just when I grew up, I hate to say it, but I just thought they were a goth band, and then I listened to them. I was like, this is absolutely brilliant. It's
Yeah.
and so we kind of experiment with stuff like that, and you can start listening. I think as you get older, you start listening to different stuff. Because I was just always Stone Roses, Oasis, The Verve, but then it kind of branched out. Do you know what I mean? You listen to kind of the experimental stuff like the Beatles done, and love all that kind of stuff. You're messing about with.
I think you get more of appreciation as you get older. You get into your new music that you like, but then as you get older, you experimenting more. And I like all sorts of stuff that I would never have probably listened to years ago. And
same.
I'm getting right into David Bowie just now, and I don't know why. It's just, and I don't know how I've never listened to him before.
I don't know. I have a thing. I have a thing about Bowie. I can listen to it. It was one on the you put one on the pre-show, didn't you?
Aye.
And it's good, but I don't know what it is. I don't know. I get slagged off a lot of time because I just don't. He's good, but I think he's overrated. But that's just me. I don't know.
Well,
I'm like you. I'm like you, man.
Do you know what I mean? I
Music's
think
subjective,
it's good, but yeah, I don't know what it is, and I think everyone just jumps on that. I'm not knocking you, and he's good in what he does, and he reinvented himself, but for some reason I don't know what it is. But that's just me. And yeah, I'll get slagged off. Same as Kate Bush. I hate Kate Bush, so that's a lot. I even have a jingle off Kate Bush. Here's the jingle. Let me find it in a minute. I'll find that in a minute.
I'll listen to Kate Bush next week, and I'll get into.
Yeah. Oh god, it's the screaming, screeching. Lele Records, they're over in Guernsey. They said, who is most likely to smash their instruments up on stage?
Probably
Everyone.
me, I think.
I'd say anybody.
Well,
it depends. It depends. It depends on mood.
Jordan will know Recky's drums. 100%.
No,
he wouldn't touch his drums.
No, he won't mess. My drummer won't mess with his drums. Yeah, here's the Kate Bush one. Here we go. Come on. Oh, my system's not well. Come on in a minute. Never mind. We'll play that. Have you had any disasters on stage? I'm having a disaster tonight with this lot. Have you any disasters? Because they're always bad at the time, but they can be quite funny in the end.
Not disaster. It's much like, well, there was one gig we were playing with the Panhead Sharps and McCool's, and we were on just before them, but we'd been drinking a lot that day. But I knew the set, and so I knew the set. I was playing my guitar, and I'd done fine at the set. Not great, but not bad. And then we still had time to play, so the boys had on maybe three songs, and I totally messed them up. I just stood there like that. I don't know, staring at my guitar, making feedback, and I was just, I was so embarrassed after it. Yeah. So that was one of mine, I think.
I think there's a theme here with the drinking, isn't there? But there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
At last, we've got a band that actually drinks. Some guys don't even drink. We had a Scottish band down here a few years ago. I got them a load of booze, and I got a few cans of Coke just in case. You know what I mean? None of them drank. I think one of them had 2 beers, and the rest were, I'll have a can of Coke, I'll have a can. I was like, hey. And proper rock and roll, the next day when because they slept in my cabin here, because I've got a bed and everything, got them camp beds. Come back the next day, they tidied up, everything was a spick and span. I think, Jesus, these aren't rock and roll, are they? I was expecting where Gallagher's Green, when they stayed here, put stickers all over my walls and everything. So, you know what I mean? That's the kind of stuff I want. I'm not even going to. I don't even want you to ask this question. Ballslant over in Sweden. They asked the other band the other week who has the hottest mum, which could have gone Pete Tong. This one's who's got the hottest aunt. So we're not asked that question, but that's a question from them. Do you know what I mean? Who's got the hottest mum? That could cause some right ruptions, couldn't it?
I'm thinking about it too.
Oh, Relay Records. Bands that don't
Jason.
bands that don't drink shouldn't be gigging.
Yeah.
Now this is a good question. There's only two of you, but it's normally quite a good one. If there was a zombie apocalypse, which band member would die first?
Lyle.
Aye, probably.
Lyle would. Because you'd be too busy asking what you're meant to be doing.
Aye, I would.
Jason would die last. I know
Oh,
that.
he's from Cumnock though.
He'd be like a half zombie, half human hybrid. Just take over the world, I think. He'd make the zombies scared.
That's because of the cans he drinks at weekend.
I really hope he's listening, man.
I don't think zombies would last 5 minutes in Scotland, to be fair, but I thought, you know what I mean? It's they won't last 5 minutes, would they? In other places, they just run amok, but not in Scotland. They'd have a job. They'd have a job up there. Oh, here we go. How do you approach building your live presence and choosing the right venues to complement your studio work?
We don't actually think of it like that. A live presence, I think we've built that up from getting more confident. So, like, when you first start out, like, there's not many people there, but then you kind of obviously it builds up, and then more folk come, and then you just feel it. I think.
Aye.
Plus, again, I hate to keep going back to the drink, but a couple of drinks beforehand always livens you up. Doesn't me anyway, but
I love it. I love it. That spells the pre-show rituals, which is drinking. Hey, what's your drink of choice then? What do you drink?
lager.
I'm Guinness.
Oh yeah,
Stella.
Guinness. I love Guinness. Absolutely love Guinness. I like Guinness in the winter as well, rather than the summer. But I like Guinness because I can drink a few of them before I keel over. Because I can't drink a lot. But I like BrewDog. I eat the BrewDog and I power them down. And I went to a party with my neighbours a couple of months ago. We went at 5 o'clock and at 7:30, I think it was 7:30. My wife said, "You all right?" I went, "No, I'm going home." I was absolutely trolleyed. I went to bed. I was in bed at 8 o'clock. I was absolutely off my face. So I chugged them down. I was drinking the Elvis juice. I was drinking that, so that didn't go down.
Aye.
Yeah, I like that.
I'm a Stella Red Stripes.
You love Red Stripe, man.
I do, man.
Red Stripe, bloody hell! You're going back there, going back to the 80s. That was the choice of the our Dartica friends.
It's the cheapest one in Sainsbury's across the road, so I just get £4.
Red Stripe reminds me of King Tut's all the time because you always
that's
buy.
on sale, isn't it?
Aye, is it the cheapest one there or?
I think so. Aye. Like class. That's what I was thinking that day at the garage, man.
What was that?
Aye.
Well, that was a close to a disaster of a gig. So I was watching my team in the cup final and we get beat, and I drank 8 cans of Red Stripe on the car watching the football on the way up to the gig. And
I was driving.
And then they wouldn't let me in the venue. And Jordan, the drummer, had to say to the promoter, "Look, we'll look after him, make sure he'll be all right." Yeah. And they're like, "Right, fine." And then they had a bouncer on me all night, following me about. End up having to just sit down at the merch stall and just sit there and try and flog some merch.
Oh my!
But I went on and played, and the gig was amazing.
Oh, it was brilliant, aye.
Who's it we were supporting that night? There was Sheffield bands, weren't they?
Aye.
The wee guy, the wee singer, he sounds like the guy from The Enemy.
I want to say Rosa Dogs, but I'm not sure.
I think it was the Rosadocs, aye.
Was it?
Aye, I think it was them, aye.
Colin might shout at us if it's wrong, but anyway.
Mantarade, he's down near Cornwall. He said, "I saw a Glasgow band called Soapbox recently, and they were swigging bottles of Buckfast on stage. So they're on it, aren't they? They are on it big time."
Buckfast, that's good, man.
I don't mind the wee swig of Buckfast, but it's not my tipple.
I don't think I've ever had that. Big GPR says, "What's your favourite gig?"
Well, there's two. The one we were supported at the Rifles, it was an acoustic gig we done at King Tut's. at Christmas, was it last year, Lyle?
Aye, it was December last year. Aye.
Aye, and we basically it was an acoustic gig, but they said we could strip our set back, so the four of us went on and just stripped everything back, and we played our kind of set in a way we've never played it before, and it went down a storm. Well, I thought it went down a storm anyway, but
Aye, shout out to Dino for the
aye,
rifles too, man. He was class.
aye, aye. They spoke to us all night, and they were sound as, so they were. But that one was a really good gig, and like for me, I think. But then there's the one at the garage that we just played. I
Aye.
think it was a sellout gig, and my son come on stage with us to play a couple of songs, which was pretty epic, man.
Oh, nice. And he also finishes off with, what is your favourite Box of Trash song, and which is your favourite to play live?
Oh.
Mine's it's not out yet, but it's a song called DB Cooper. And I didn't even write the lyrics or anything. It was Barry that wrote it, and it's brilliant. There's a megaphone involved and everything live, and it's
Nice. So
Aye, there's a weird story.
who's DB Cooper then?
That's the guy that stole the money in America on the plane. So like he hijacked a plane in America in like the 60s, I want to say, and he stole the money and he jumped out the plane and nobody found him again. So
Hero, love it.
So
it.
I wrote a sort like okay, this is one of the things that, like, talking about experimenting. So I imagined him turning up on like the Orient Express at a speakers night. So so the music of the songs, like basically the sounds of the train, and Lyle's got the megaphone, so he's like the guy conducting it all. And then he comes up and DB Cooper tells his tale on this imaginary train journey, and then he kind of jumps out again and disappears.
Oh, I tell you what, we can't wait to hear that. We don't condone theft and stuff like that. But when you hear stuff like that, that's absolutely brilliant, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? I never caught him.
He hurt nobody. He didn't hurt anybody.
Well, that's fine then. Well, we're all over him. He's a hero. We like him.
So, it's quite a famous story, man. It was one of the kind of documentaries that popped up years ago, and I sat and watched it, and
probably come on my phone later as an advert for the film or something.
I've done a similar.
I'll have a watch of that. That sounds absolutely brilliant.
Aye, it's a class story, so it is.
If you also Nicole Minette, the song that we've got in the album about the partisan freedom fighter as well, that popped up on Facebook, the story. If you watch about that,
what's that? You're just like a 17-year-old lassie or something?
17-year-old partisan fighter in World War II, and the liberation of Paris and stuff like that. And
wonderful.
Barry came up with the music for it, and it was if you listen to that and whatever avenue you can hear Spotify or iTunes and stuff.
Oh, well, we'll have a look at that, and especially with Remembrance Sunday coming up, that's quite apt, isn't it? Do you know, quite well. I have got my badge on, but I am sorry, lads. It's got an England flag on it as well. It's got an England flag on there. Do you know, it will offend some people, but not you guys. I know that. Ian Gallagher.
I'm English anyway.
I know it's. Oh yeah, good. Nice.
From the northeast, Alnwick, just outside Newcastle.
My uncle's up in Durham. I like up there.
Oh, right,
yeah, I like Durham.
It's nice there, man.
Yeah, it's bang on. Ian Gallagher says, I'm so happy that there are real bands still out there like this. The country does very little well these days, but real songwriting bands who actually gig is something we, there we go. There you go.
Thank you. Cheers, mate.
Thanks very much, man.
Oh, and Manta says that there's a DB Cooper documentary on Netflix at the moment. Really interesting story. We'll all get on it. And then go and listen to the track when it comes out, because we can't wait for that. Yeah. Janice, make sure it's on the show when it comes out, because we've got to play that one.
We'll send it to you, man.
Yeah, we'll definitely play that. It's absolutely wonderful. What have you? Oh God, we've been going for ages. What have you got planned in the next? Well, we're coming up to that sad time of the year. But what have you got coming? Have you got any gigs planned? Any festivals in next year or anything?
The one with we've got the gig at the end of this month with the Holy Coves, which can't wait for.
Nice.
Yeah, Transmission Suite are supporting as well, just to fling them in as well.
Aye. They're another class band. But I think we're going to. The gig I was talking about at McCool's, we actually recorded it live. So there's a couple of tracks that we're thinking about releasing, like between now. Well, we don't actually have a date set in mind, but we're maybe going to release a couple of tracks from it between now and the new year. And then I think, what is it, February we're going to be releasing DB Cooper.
I run about then, aye.
Aye, and then I can't even remember the gigs we've got lined up for next year. Colin knows. I don't.
Brilliant, brilliant. Where's I'll start again. Is there anything I've not asked you wanted to get out there and talk about, because we've talked about all sorts of stuff, haven't we?
A single, Nightmare. I think Nightmare's it's one of our more introspective ones. Like I wrote the lyrics for this one, and I didn't realise I was writing it about myself. But then when you kind of sit back and read the lyrics, I was like, oh, because the chorus is like, I never knew I was such a nightmare. And it's just one of the ones you're like, I've just been a pain in the you know what. And it's just all the real. I'm just like a confession almost.
Expressive you are, expressive and creative. We actually played it just not long before you came on. We always play it at the start, so people know. But it is on a place for people. Wonderful.
Aye. So that I mean that one lyrically again, like because it was just my lyrics in this one. It's kind of it's one of my favourite songs that I've wrote and recorded. I think it's simple. It's a simple kind of melody and it's simple chords. And,
I liked it.
So
I think it's well structured as well, and obviously there's a bit of emotion in the lyrics and stuff. It's probably one of the best. I personally the best songs that we've recorded.
Definitely,
the quality of the recording as well.
Brilliant. Where's the best place for? Where's the best place for people to find you? Instagram, is it or
X, Instagram, Facebook.
YouTube. We've got loads of videos and live stuff.
Oh, cool. Well, I'll follow you on YouTube as well, didn't I? He was on YouTube.
Now I think we've got two. Have we got two channels? Or is it?
No, it's Jason. Jason started up at his own channel.
Okay.
But our channel's the handle's Box of Trash Music.
Excellent. We'll get that. I'll drop the link in the show notes. Now, we always ask our bands to do as an artist drop. So can one of you? I need you to do two tonight. Can you do one? This is a Box of Trash, and you're listening to Dougie Stone Radio. Can one of you do that?
Aye. This is Box of Trash, and you're listening to Dougie Stone Radio.
Right. You can do the other one. Thanks for that. You can do the other one. Can you do This Is Not Missing Diamonds, and you're listening to Dougie Stone Radio?
This is not Missing Diamonds, and you're listening to Dougie Stone Radio.
Love that. I'll try and edit it that for when the other thing, because they won't hear, won't they? Do you know what I mean? And we do put them on the show. You see, I can't even play them. My deck's not working. I think you're. I love this part of the show, and it's sometimes the interviews can be quite difficult to do because of the artists and who they are as individuals. But you've made it ultra easy for me because you're very interesting guys, and I love it. Love what you're about.
Thanks very much, man.
Love your music, and we wish you all the best in the future. Say hello to the rest of the guys in the band.
Jason.
It's not a one hit wonder. So if you want to come on again, if there's anything going on, speak to Janice. We'll get you on again. We'll have a revisited. If you're releasing any music, send it to Janice. Let us know, and we'll make sure it's on just in case we miss it for any reason. And if you're at any gigs and you fancy picking an iPhone up and going, "Hello, this is whatever," and saying hello to us, tell us what you're doing, send us that because it's great content for us to bang.
Oh, that's class, man. I would love to do that, man. Thanks very much.
Yeah, do it. But absolutely wonderful. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you on the show.
It's been a pleasure.
Thanks very much,
mate. And we really appreciate it.
We wish you all the best for the future.
Aye, you too, man.
Cheers. Thanks, guys.
See you later.
Cheers.